Welcome to Park MGM. Alright guys, so if you haven't been to Vegas in a while, you may remember this property being called Monte Carlo, which opened back in 1998. They did rebrand to Park MGM back in 2018, and I will say they have made a lot of great improvements. I will get into some of those shortly, but I did want to show you guys this one king room that we are currently in. Let's do a little tour and take a little peek around. We'll start off the tour in the bathroom area. Now, I will say it is on the smaller side. It's very clean, very bright, very white, and then you have these like sort of darker greeny colored showers. It's not my favorite style, but again, that could be just personal preference. You do have all the communal stuff, the communal hand washes, the communal shower stuff and everything, which honestly I don't particularly mind. Some people aren't a big fan of those. To me, as long as it's tamper proof and everything, I actually don't really mind about that type of stuff. Yeah, okay, you can't take little samples home and whatnot, but it's not the end of the world. There's this little caddy here, which quite honestly, it kind of almost reminds me a little bit of like a dorm room, and I'll show you a little bit more of that a little bit later, but that's sort of the impression I get. It's just very basic, I guess the word I'm looking for is clean and simple, but very basic, I will add as well. So this is where you're gonna have your towels, your hair dryer, your body lotion, etc. Again, nothing extremely notable in here. These pictures are kind of fun because they do look like, you got Monte Carlo in there. So you do have a bit of an ode to its past, which is kind of cool. I am happy that they do have the magnifying mirror as well. I always appreciate those. But anyway, let's continue on with the tour. Now, this is a small room, and they have made good use of the space, I will admit that. So for example, over here, the same door that closes the bathroom door is going to be the same door that actually closes the closet as well. So once again, closet's not all that big. You do have about 4 storage drawers in here if you do want to put your clothes or things like that. You have the safe. It's a very small safe, but again, just for your basic stuff, just to keep things safe. And of course, you've got your luggage rack, you've got your ironing board, the basics. Again, a little bit more artwork in here, which some of it I don't quite get, but what do I know? This little area here is kind of different. So I don't hate this little full length here. You've got some decent lighting right here. The TV area is kind of funny though. It's in a funny space. So I will show you the room momentarily, but I mean, you have your bedroom over here. You've got your couches over there, and you have your TV sort of slammed against this wall here. Very, very small TV stand here. So you're not going to fit much on there. They do obviously have the little mini bar here, which with just some waters and some snacks, basic stuff, which we're not going to touch obviously because it's going to be way overpriced. This sitting area here, I mean, it's okay. Like, it's probably not too bad for entertaining if you just want to hang out, maybe grab a breakfast or coffee or whatever. You can hang out on this table here. You got your chair here, a little couch here. It's okay. View wise, see, we were told we were in a good section. I don't know. For me, the view is interesting. You can see the pool, which we will be checking out in another video. I will show you guys that one, on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed. But otherwise, the view's okay. You can see as far as like the Rio. You can actually see as far as Resorts World, but because there's we're in this what they call the city center area, so there's just so much happening in this very small space, basically. So you have lots of towers here. Not really a strip view, but Park MGM sort of is a little bit further back from the strip anyway. So no matter where you're staying in here, you're probably not going to get much of a strip view anyway. Again, the artwork here is different. It looks very... I feel like I'm in someone's home. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Again, they got this like greens kind of carried out throughout. Very dark, very... I'm a little harsh against all this white, but again, not my particular taste, but obviously for other people, maybe they may like it. The bed feels okay. I will get into the bed situation in a moment, but yeah, the bed feels okay. Like, I'm not sure how it's going to be, but we'll check that out, I guess, and we'll port back later. But honestly, I'm looking around trying to find something to show you guys, and there's not a whole lot to this room. It is, for the lack of a better words, very simple, very basic. And that's probably the best way for me to describe this place. But anyway, follow me over here. We will, get into a little bit about why we're here, Park MGM, all that stuff. All right, so truthfully, if I had to be completely honest with you, I'm a little underwhelmed with this room. Now, I know that, that's why there's such a great variety in Las Vegas, because not every room's going to appeal to every single person. But as soon as I walked in, the first thing I noticed was this carpet, which looks like it's from my grandparents' home in the 70s. Like, it just seems, considering this has been refreshed as of 2018, so I mean, not even 10 years we're looking at, and it already kind of looks a little dated in a sense. I see what they're going for with certain things, like they have this light fixture here where you can see these sort of exposed cables and stuff. And again, I sort of get what they're trying to do, but I'm just not sure they quite hit the mark, at least in my opinion. I know there are some people who are huge fans of Park MGM, and I definitely wanted to be, but I did kind of have a bit of a feeling that we were getting into this because I had seen what the rooms kind of look like. Now, don't get me wrong, Park MGM has a lot going for it. There's tons of new restaurants in there. They obviously have Italy, which is a great place to go and grab some Italian food. It's almost like a little market. They have them all over the world, Chicago, Toronto, etc. So they have one here, which is a really nice one as well. Again, a lot of other great restaurants. We're gonna be checking out Best Friend as well, which is gonna be in a separate video. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can check that one as well. But yeah, there's tons of great things to do here. This is a smoke-free property as well. So if you're not a smoker and or if you just really don't like that smell around you, you don't have to worry about that because this is a 100% smoke-free property. The casino, the rooms, everything smoke-free. They also have the Dolby Theater, which is really awesome. They've really kind of brought in a lot of the, I guess, acts that are going to appeal to like a younger demographic. So for example, they have Lady Gaga, Bruno Mars. We saw Mariah Carey here earlier this year at her like opening of her residency, which was tons and tons of fun. It's a great theater, great seating. Like, there's not really a bad seat in the house. Sound was great. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed that show. Now, as for this room, truth be told, we actually booked this sort of overlapping another room. Now, unfortunately, we were staying in another place currently, and we are moving to this room. It's going to be supposed to be this weekend because anyway, it would have cost us more to change things around, so we just kept it as it was. So this room's actually laying empty for a couple nights, unfortunately, until we actually officially move in. We did try and do an upgrade at the front desk, and we were told that they were basically at 96% capacity and there was nothing really else available. Now, this room did sit vacant last night. They did tell us that if we want to come back today to try again, we could see if they could maybe move us into maybe a suite or something different, just because we do have status at MGM. So, I mean, we aren't paying resort fees here, and we are told we're generally supposed to get some kind of an upgrade if there's one available. So again, we were told to come back here today, see if there's something else they can do. So sort of leaving this video in a bit of a funny spot where I'm not 100% sure if this is where we're going to be sleeping. So this could be sort of like a prelude to us, staying in this room where we're going to sleep here. We're going to let you know at the end of the video what it's like. Or this could be a bit of a to be continued where I will be posting another video of where we end up at Park MGM. So like I said, leaving you in a bit of a funny position. If I'm leaving this video here, then you'll know that, we did move to another room. There will be a to be continued. So make sure you look out for that. But otherwise, yeah, we may sort of give you details of how we slept, etc., etc. Anyway, that's probably going to do it for this for now. Not a whole lot to show in here. Once again, very simple, very basic room. Park MGM is still a cool place. Even the tram, for example, you got a tram that goes from here to Bellagio and makes a couple stops in between it, like Aria. Location wise, it's a cool location. You're right next to New York. You're across the street from a bunch of cheap places to grab clothes or food or drinks or things like that. So location's kind of cool. You are a little bit more on the south end of the strip. If you care or not, just keep that in mind. But anyway, we are going to go downstairs, I guess, and try and figure out where we're going to end up next, if we are going to be staying in this room or if they will maybe move us to another room, and I'll get to show you at least where we end up and another room option in Park MGM. If I have missed anything though, please do not hesitate to leave any questions or comments or anything below. It's obviously helpful to other travelers because they probably have the same questions as you do. It's also really helpful for me because any interaction you guys have with my videos, whether you're liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, it all helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you're not subscribed, I really, really appreciate it if you consider subscribing to the channel as well. Totally free for you and really helps me keep delivering this free content to you. Once again, this has been Daniel Spotlight. Viva Las Vegas, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.